Well, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Grizzly Bear Sam's YouTube channel, and welcome back to a hungry dog that's walking on the planter box there. I don't think he's supposed to be up there on the porch. The wife certainly doesn't appreciate that. This is episode number 31 of Lone Oak Farm, and welcome back to the action. All right, so we're going to do a couple of different things today. Now, we're just wrapping up the soybean harvest, phase one of the soybean harvest. And just to kind of reiterate and bring everybody together here, we harvested soybeans in 50, 54, and 53. This produced, as well as, I'm sorry, let me bring that menu back up, as well as over here, field number 38. That produced a total amount of soybeans of 180,824 liters of beans. That's in phase one. So if we go back to the map, I keep closing that window. If we go back to the map, we have beans also to harvest in field 51, 40, 32, 31, 30, 28, and 29 are soybeans yet to harvest. That will be phase two. We have corn that's waiting to be harvested next in 42, 43, and 45. This is not ready yet. We also harvested cotton in field number 49, and we got 10 bells of cotton, but I think arguably we could say that essentially we only got nine. We got nine full ones because we had that partial one that I kind of messed up on, and then also had the partial one at the very end, which we also dumped. So I think if we would have put both of those together, those could have possibly ended up. Let's see, are we still attached to the trailer? We are. Let's push that back under there so it doesn't fill up with water. And we're going to move the tractor over here. Do we need to fill it up with fuel? No, we don't. Let's open up the barns and everything. Billy Bob and Jack are due to arrive here in just a moment. And also, in addition, we'll just let that tractor warm up as well. In addition, we've got one of our hired workers will be coming in as well. Now, what we're going to do, and he's here now, so that's good. He just pulled up. So what we're going to do is we're going to get him started we've got our two combines in here. Jack worked a little bit last night, but not very long. And today, he will be working on getting these two combines converted over to corn. And then we'll be in business harvesting corn once it is ready. It is very close to being ready. We're going to get these doors opened up as well, just to let some air in here. Now, I generally have a rule. Come on. I generally have a rule that we don't park dirty equipment inside the shed. But to be honest, the last thing that I want Jack focusing on right now is working on the cotton combine, cotton harvester. This can set in here and wait until the dead of winter if that needs be. We didn't even take the trouble to wash it simply because we are just busy. And I would rather have him focus on getting those two combines going because they're going to be back in the action very, very soon. So what we're going to do is our hired worker that's come in, we're going to go ahead and get this guy backed up, get him connected up, and we'll get him, what we're going to do, well, I can't back to save my life, can I? That's not changed any in the time that I've been playing these games. And we're going to go ahead and get him filled up with seeds. Let me get him out of here, and I will be right back with you here momentarily. All right back with you. We are set up and we are good to go. We're going to plant some winter wheat. We're going to get him started. I've got to get the wife off my back if I can, if I possibly can, simply because she is getting frustrated with all the dirt that is blowing in on the back porch, the front porch, and every other porch that we've got. And so we get this set up in winter wheat, and this might help her out here. So I'm going to get a course play route going here for this guy. And of course, this is our feeding and fertilizing and seeding course generation. This is field number 41. We're going to give him two. We're going to give him, no, we're going to go back here and give him 2 headlands to help him out here a little bit. There are no islands, and everything is good to go there. So we'll get this set and get this going, and he should be able to get started here at this waypoint. Back him up just a little bit, and that kind of helps with everything. And then he's set for wheat, and he's got liquid fertilizer. And we'll jump out here and go over here in the street. Hopefully we don't get run over. And off he goes. So we've got this is our temporary hired worker. Billy Bob just pulled up as well. Jack is also just arrived as well. So he's going to be obviously working on getting those combines sorted out. We'll probably help him out by pulling them out and washing them up and everything once he gets that done. We're going to go ahead and get another hired worker going as well. You know, we can't do anything right now. We can't harvest corn. Corn's the next item that we need to get off the field, but we can't do that yet. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to get Billy Bob to cultivating. I think cultivating is what we need to do. Let me just pull up and verify this. I think we need to just cultivate field number 49. Yeah, it does not need plowing. So field number 49 is obviously what we just pulled cotton off of. We're going to send him up there to cultivate that field, make that field not look nice and pretty. If I can remember which is the cultivator and which is the plow, and I believe the one on the left here is the cultivator. So we'll back up to this guy here and then get him connected, pull him out. And we're still making a decision, and I need to make this decision fairly quick, just how much of this field we're going to compromise for sheds. If we're going to do that, I need to make that decision, but we'll make that decision at some point in time so that we can get potentially a winter crop of wheat on this field as well. I think that 2 fields of winter crop wheat will probably be sufficient. I want to keep those fields close to the main farm for logistical reasons. At least the simple fact is no need to haul and cart bales of straw all over the world. If we can avoid that, then that is going to be the best plan for us. So likewise, we'll go ahead and unfold this guy. And we've been keeping our eye on this field over here, field number 48. Probably will be one of our expansion fields that we will be doing. And let's see, we need field work on this guy. Of course, generation for field number 49. Again, we'll give him 2 headlands just to give him plenty of room to maneuver. That way we don't have any issues with him getting tangled up with the other guy over there. And like we did before, let's back him up a little bit. Setting to start at the first waypoint, and we were setting to drive the course. And he is going to be just fine. He's going to do a fine job, I think, of we'll get out of the way. And he is going to be set. If this thing needs plowing? No, it doesn't need plowing. Okay, so he's going to get this going well. Again, hopefully they don't get tangled up there. We just don't need that. Are you going to get tangled up? No, you're not. Okay. All right. So let's just jet set back to the main farm by tabbing into a vehicle. One of the things that we didn't do last night, we pulled the semi in. This guy is full. We had this full semi, and let's see here. We've got him uncovered, and we need to just tab over to him and go ahead and uncover this guy. We brought this guy, the semi, in, and just basically parked it. We had a couple of thousand liters in the auger wagon that we brought over here and just manually poured into our silo, and that set up just fine. So we're going to start. Did I hit the button? Yeah, I did. We'll get this soybeans unloaded. Soybeans. We're still talking with our vendor, our buyer who buys our soybeans, but we're going to run these through our dryer. Just they're a little bit on the moist side, and we're going to go ahead and run those through the dryer and then put those into our dry bin. And the corn more or less will also have to go through the dryer as well. So we'll be bringing everything back here to the main farm, even regardless of what the pricing and everything might be. So we'll go ahead and get these guys covered back up because, well, no need in letting them set out and setting them empty because we might have some rain. Weather forecast is looking favorable for us, actually. And let's see, what should we do with this guy? We'll go ahead and bring him around this direction here and park him up as if we might load up some grain and send out somewhere, but I doubt that we will. I don't suspect that they'll be ready to buy anything right now. Now, of course, if they were to call, now would be a good time to do that because we are sort of in this lull, calm between the two storms. But you know, the fact is we need to dry this. So the dryers are running, and that's all good to go. All right, so I think Jack is finished up with the John Deere. So we'll go ahead and get him moved out of here. And as I sort of step out of role play here for our Lone Oak series, I just want to plug my other series that you guys have quite possibly seen an episode or two of by now. And just basically welcome you over to the Western Shore. Hope that that is something that you're enjoying watching as well. I'm still at this particular stage. I had recorded episode 2 of the Western Shore this morning, and just for transparency and everything, in the real world, it is January the 1st. It's still in the morning of January the 1st, New Year's Day. And of course, I've got to go back to work tomorrow, and all that good stuff. And so, you know, be a little bit of an interruption from my recording schedule that I haven't recorded a whole lot of episodes over the break. I've been off for 9 or 10 days, and I've recorded maybe 3 or 4 videos over that span of time. I don't want to get too ahead. We're going to go ahead and park this guy up inside here because, again, weather and everything, no need to run the risk of this guy getting hail damage, even though it's our own. You know, we'll just park him right here and have him essentially ready to go for, well, I tell you what we can do. There is our corn header right there for our deer. We'll go ahead and pull this guy out of here and get him set up with corn header on as we didn't brake quick enough. And then we'll back him out a little ways here. And try not to hit anything else in our barn, but get him ready to go out first. Regardless of what we do, when we do start, we'll have to be careful pulling him out of here. It is a tight fit to get the deer and with the corn header on it out of this shed, but it will go. It will go, and if it doesn't go easily, we've got a fairly large hammer. All right, so there we go. Our animals are fed up and they're all nice and happy. What we will do next, while he's still working on getting that cloth ready to go, we're going to move our John Deere Gator over here to our chickens. Now, last night I worked on getting our animals more or less topped up, everything I need to go and turn the water on here momentarily. Do that after we load up these eggs. But yeah, I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. I don't know if I've said that with this episode or not, but I hope that you all had a wonderful holiday break and everything, regardless of how many days you might have had off or might not have had off. I mean, maybe you didn't have the time off like I had. It was nice. I will tell you that it was certainly a nice break. My wife and I went through a lot of stuff that we brought back from Texas. A lot of those antiques, heirlooms, other just general. I can go back and go forward a little bit. There we go. That's good enough right there. That is good enough for government work, as I often say. We'll strap these guys down so that box doesn't sling off as I turn the corner. And I don't know, either I or Billy Bob will run these down and sell these. We'll just bring this guy up right here for right now. We'll hop out, run down here to our water feature, and turn this on so the cows have something to drink. And it's been quite warm. I mean, it's 60 degrees today, but it was almost 80 yesterday, and so these days are getting shorter and everything. But we are in the fall, of course. But still, lots to do. Still lots to do. Even though we don't have any harvesting to do right now, we still have a lot to do. There's a lot to do around the farm. Lots of repair work and things of that nature is all going to be going on underway when we can. Now, of course, when the corn is ready, then it's pretty much going to be all hands on deck and getting things going again. So, Jack, you done with the cloths? Okay, cloths is ready to go. We'll climb up here. This guy's it's a beautiful machine. This is all decked out in the USA colors for cloths. I do think that the USA sees some of the traditional green and white cloths machines, but I saw this on one of the mod sites and just liked it, liked what it how it looked and everything, and decided that, well, we'd go ahead. And I think that sticker, obviously the number plate and the sticker on the back is not US styling, but the color scheme definitely is. And I even went and looked at the Cloths USA website and saw this particular model displayed on their website. So it is kind of true to what you might see around here. Again, this is just a demo model that we have. We only have a few, we only have a few hours with it. It does need to go back to the shop, to our dealer, and either somebody will buy it or they'll twist our arm and see if we need it. I just still don't know. I mean, I think it could be one of those things that, yeah, it would be nice to have. Would also, I think, from the perspective of, do we need two combines? I think we do. Do we need to own two combines? Not sure. I mean, we are paying for this, so it's not like we have essentially set back and waited until the dealership, called us up and said, "Hey, would you like to demo?" I mean, they know that we are in the market for adding something to our fleet of combines, another combine. They had this one; they wanted us to take a look at it and everything. But from the simple point is, yes, we need two combines, but do we need to own two combines? I don't know if that is actually a true statement. I think that they know that we want to expand. But the other, if I can get this squeezed in here, like I said, it's a tight fit, but with a sledgehammer, you can get just about anything to fit where it needs to go. All right, so we'll lower the header down. I don't think I did that on the other one, but that's okay. Set the parking brake, and we're parked up and ready to go. I don't think we're going to need anything else out of here right now until we start the corn harvest, and those will be ready to go. But like I said, we probably need two combines, but I don't know if we need to own two combines. And the other thing to consider, the other thing to think about is, and I've talked to Jack about this as well, is I'll tell you what, do we want to go sell those eggs? Let's just go sell those eggs, and then we'll kind of wrap the episode up. I've talked to Jack about this and asked him, what his thoughts are, because the thing about it is whatever I choose to do, whether we buy a combine, what is going on with this guy? Did he get stuck, or is he done? He is not done, and he appears to be stuck. So let's go and see. This is I'm surprised at this. I believe this was Billy Bob that we set up to do this. And he got himself wedged in here between. What he was probably doing was he's probably looking at the dog, um, and lost track of what he was supposed to be doing. And Courseplay is pretty good at. Let's see, he's got his two lines there. We need to briefly figure out where Billy Bob thought he was going. We don't want that. We want this. No, we don't want that. Where do we want? We want to see our lines. Where do we see our lines? Right there. I was right there. Okay, so where is he? He was coming around on the second run, and he probably was going to be going up this direction, quite possibly. So we'll see if we can help him out with that endeavor. But what I was saying is that is this where he needs to go? Is he going to want to go over here? Let's just watch him for a second. The point of the issue is he's on his he's thinking he's doing his second. Same right. Okay, stop, Billy Bob. Talking about Jack. I need whatever I do. I need Jack to be comfortable in running the equipment. Now, whether that is whether that's or repairing the equipment is what I'm trying to say. I need him to be comfortable with that. There we go. Okay. Goodbye, Billy Bob. Pay attention next time. I need him to be comfortable with working the equipment. That's the bottom line. Can he maintain the Claas combine? Sure, I think he can. Could he maintain a John Deere, especially a S790? Yes, and even better. Could he do that better? Yes, he could. Because and the other key thing to think about for us is spare parts and stuff. We can, if we have two identical combines, then essentially it's a no-brainer. You know, we can stock all the same parts and everything. We can interchange parts, what have you. No big deal. We've got Jack's expertise with John Deere. We've got our relationship with our John Deere vendor. It's all kind of it all makes good sense, don't you think? However, you know, can we get a good deal on this Claas? We've been running it. It is it's a little more what I might call plug and play, in the sense that it does some things a little bit more automated than what the John Deere does, but sometimes bells, whistles, and fancy stuff can just break. And again, we've got a long-standing relationship with John Deere, so I don't know. I don't think that we're going to be in a. I don't think we're going to make that decision this year. I don't think that we're going to make that decision until quite possibly right before harvest season next year, and we might just decide that it's in our better interest to lease something for a temporary on a temporary basis, and you know, go that route. And who knows? Maybe we'll lease another Claas. Maybe we'll lease something else. It kind of depends on, you know. I don't know if I want to intermix any red equipment in here, any case stuff, but you know, if we can get a good deal on something, who knows? We may decide to do that. But I think right now, I think our decision does not have to. We do not have to make a decision. The dealership is not pressing us to essentially keep this Claas combine. Yeah, they would like us to, because obviously they don't want to have to come out and get it, and they don't have to worry about, you know, it's sitting on the lot and who's going to buy it, because let's face it, no one's going to buy it unless they make a very, very good deal. No one is going to buy it this year, because pretty much all the harvesting is done or will be done when we get ready to turn it over. Um, and um, and the simple fact is that, you know, no one is going to need it. You don't necessarily want it to set in your shed, in your barn, and not go used if you can certainly avoid it. So let's see, are these last eggs going to sell, or are we going to have to kind of persuade them to come out of here? There we go. Magical. All right, so $402 off that. I don't know how much total we got off the total egg sell, but I wasn't paying attention that closely. But anyway, we've got some things to decide. You know, I think we're okay on the cultivator standpoint. We're okay on the plow. We don't need multiples of those. I think one each will be fine. You know, our rotation plan is we plow every three years. We till, you know, we till basically twice. I suppose we typically plant a cover crop. Obviously, we till before that, but most of the time we will go ahead and till our fields in the fall or early winter, and then we'll come back around and open those back up in the springtime as well. That just kind of helps with our soil and everything. We've got our seeder. We've got those pieces of equipment nailed down. I don't think we need to add another semi trailers. I think those are fine if we get to a situation where we have higher demand, and we can lease and rent those, or we can hire those out, owner operator type situation. So I don't know. I think what we're going to do is we're going to focus on getting the rest of this year's harvest done. We're going to obviously probably be selling some soybeans soon. At some point, we're going to be looking at land opportunities, at field opportunities, and growing the field. The wife and kid is basically happy with the greenhouses up there. We hauled some manure up there yesterday for them, and just made sure that they had enough manure to keep going. We may let those sort of die out for a few weeks later this fall or very early winter, so that we can clean the greenhouses really well, and then basically open them back up again. But because we can grow in the winter, and a lot, and we use a lot of that produce ourselves. So, and then we sell some of that produce as well to others. So it's all good. It's all good stuff. So we're coming up on 29 minutes, and I know this episode has really been a little bit about nothing and a whole lot of other stuff, but these are things that need to be done on the farm. These are things that need to, I'll tell you what, let's just go up and spy on Billy Bob and our other hired worker. Can't think of what his name is right now off the top of my head. We've had a couple of guys come through. Not all of them can commit to, working full time, or even on working full time part time. Obviously, we're not going to hire anybody full time because we don't need anyone else really on the farm full time. We've got, because come winter time, really and truthfully, there will be just enough work to keep the three of us, Billy Bob, Jack, and myself, busy, and we won't need these extra guys. But hey, it's going to be time. Most likely, when we come together for our next video, we're going to be harvesting corn. Still looking at what strategy, what corn to pull off first, and everything. But we'll figure all that out in due time. And hopefully Billy Bob will continue to drive that seeder there without ramming it between two trees. But I think with that, I'm going to wrap it up and say thank you for watching. And again, not a whole lot going on in this video, but we've done some things that are all typical of keeping the needles moving in the right direction on our farm. And So we will come back for another episode in the near future, and that will be, like I said, most likely harvesting some corn, getting the start of that going. And then don't forget, check out my series on the Western Shore. That is Farm Sim 17, obviously, and enjoy my work on that. It's great because when I do two seasons or two series like this, two video series like this, I like having them at opposite ends of each other. In other words, in this series with Lone Oak, we are harvesting and going to be going into winter. And with the Western Shore, it is spring. We're going to be planting going into summer. And so we'll, I think I can do a fairly good job, decent job of keeping those series at opposite ends of each other. So you're seeing something different and not seeing the same thing in both series at the same time. So anyway, with that said, God bless you all. Take good care of yourself and also of each other and your furry four-legged friends as well. And I will see you back here on Lone Oak Farm or over on the Western Shore. And until then, bye bye for now.